Good afternoon everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank Department of Physics and our teacher Dr. C.P. Khatiwara of Namchi Government College and Sikkim University for providing me such a platform to make a video for the partial fulfillment of BSc Honours on Physics at 5th semester June to December 2020. My name is Borsa Chitri and roll number 18NS0029, and this topic carries 25 marks instead of 25 marks practical examination or sessional B for our exam. I'm going to start with my topic, spherical wave solution for EMW, electromagnetic wave. So electromagnetic means what? It is the combination of both electric field as well as magnetic field. So when the wave is traveling, there are so many quantities or parameters related to wave which keep on varying with time along with the wave. So what are all the parameters? For example, we can consider this electric waves, selective field wave. In this wave, the parameters we can say its magnitude, its frequency, its standardization, its wavelength. So all such parameters can be related with each other to display the wave equation that is given like this. The relation between the parameters of the wave is known as wave equations. So that is what we are going to derive for the electric field as well as magnetic field in this section. So next, first we are going to derive wave equation in electric field, okay, in terms of electric field. So any electromagnetic waves, we can use only the Maxwell's equations to describe its wave parameters, only Maxwell. So likewise here also we are going to use Maxwell equation, okay. Wave equation can be obtained from Maxwell's equation. So the first we are going to derive in wave equation in electric field, we are going to consider Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law. Faraday's law means what? Maxwell's second equation. So del cross E equals to minus dou B by dou T. Maxwell's second equation. This is the Maxwell's second equation, or we can also say Maxwell equation from Faraday's law. As we all know, B is nothing. B. What is B? Magnetic flux density. B is nothing but this one, mu cross H. So instead of this B, we are going to write this value of B. So we know this mu is constant. So we can write it outside and it will be like this. Del cross E equals to minus mu dou H by dou T. This can be considered. So we can consider this as the first equation. We can consider this as the first equation. So what is the next step? The next step is taking call on both sides. So after taking call on both sides, this becomes del cross E, and this becomes minus mu del cross dou S by dou T. So consider this as the second equation. Now we are going to simplify this left hand side as well as this right hand side. And in this left hand side we can see what? There is double curl, which means we are having the identity. So from that identity we know that according to identity, del cross E equals to what? Del dot E minus del square E. And as you all know that one more concept, that is there is no electric field within the conductor. Correct? So electric field is present only at the surface, not inside the conductor. So from this we come to know that since there is no electric field within the conductor, so this del dot E will be 0. It becomes 0. The divergence of the electric field becomes 0. So from this we come to know that from this, in this equation, this value, this certain terms, this del dot E will become 0. Then this equation will become like this. Therefore del cross E equals to minus del square E. So consider this as a third equation. So we can consider this as a third equation. Come to the right hand side. For the right hand side, what we are going to consider? Maxwell's equation from Ampere's law. So Maxwell's equation from Ampere's law means what? Maxwell's first equation, that is del cross H equals to sigma E plus epsilon naught del dou E by dou T. Correct? So this is the Maxwell's first equations. So the next step we are going to differentiate the above equation with respect to T, because in this equation number 2 we are having del cross dou S by dou T. So because of this reason, what we are going to do, we are going to differentiate the above equation with respect to t. So after differentiation, this will become del cross, this h will become dou h by dou t, and this whole term sigma e plus epsilon naught dou e by dou t. And it becomes like this: del cross dou h by dou t equals to, since sigma is constant, dou e by dou t, and epsilon naught dou square e by dou t square. So consider this as the fourth equation. So now what we are going to do, we are going to substitute equation number 3 and equation number 4 in the above given equation number 2. So equation number 2 is becoming what? It is becoming like this. It will become like this. Now substituting equation 3 and 4 in equation number 2. So equation 2 will become minus del square e equals to minus mu. Mu is already there, and instead of del cross dou h by dou t, we are going to write this sigma dou e by dou t plus epsilon naught dou square t by dou t square. So it will become, and now both sides we are having negative signs, so it can be cancelled out. So after cancelling this negative sign, we will get del square e equals to mu sigma dou e by dou t plus mu epsilon naught dou square e by dou t square. So here what we are going to do, we are going to move this right hand side terms to the left hand side, so that the right hand side will become 0, and then after moving it, it will become like this: del square e minus mu sigma dou e by dou t minus mu epsilon naught dou square e dou t square equals to 0. So this is the wave equation in terms of electric field. So for this, if you want to derive wave equation in terms of electric field, means first we have to consider Maxwell's second equation, that is Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law. So it is the first step. Next, what we are going to do, we have to take the call on the both sides, and then we have to consider the identity, and then we have to take Maxwell's first equation, that is from Ampere's law, and then we can differentiate both sides and then substitute the result to the second equation, and then we will get, after substituting, we will get this equation. So this is the wave equation in terms of electric field. So the same procedure can be followed for the wave equation in magnetic field. So wave equation in magnetic field, the Maxwell's equation. So for this magnetic field, where magnetic field occur, Maxwell's equation in the first equation. So Maxwell's equation from Ampere's law is, here we have to consider Ampere's law, that is del cross h equals to sigma e plus epsilon naught dou e by dou t. So that is for the first equation. So now what is the next term? We are going to take the call on the both sides. Taking call on the both sides, it becomes like this: del cross h equals to sigma del cross e plus epsilon naught del cross dou e by dou t. So this is the first equation. We can consider this as the first equation. So according to the identity, take this left hand side. This left hand side, del cross h will become, according to identity, del dot h minus del square h. So this side, this will become this. So from Maxwell's equation, from magnetic Gauss law, that is what? Fourth equation. What is Maxwell's fourth equation? That is this: del dot B equals to 0. Divergence of magnetic flux density is equal to what? 0. So next step, we know B. B is nothing but what? Mu h. B is nothing but mu h. So we have, here we can substitute the value of B, as this mu is constant, we can write it outside, so it becomes mu del dot h equals to 0. So from here, del dot h will become 0. Del dot h is 0, which means in this term, this value, this term, del dot h, this will become 0. So this equation will become like this. Therefore, del cross h equals to minus del square h. So consider this as the second equation. So Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law. Okay, so Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law means, because we have derived from simplified from this left hand side, Next we are going to find out for the value for the right hand side. So for this simplification, we have to consider Maxwell's second equation. So Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law is del cross E equals to minus mu dou H by dou T. So this can be considered as third equation. And then now we are going to differentiate this on the both sides. Differentiating equation 3 on both sides, it will become like this. Del cross this E will become dou E by dou T equals to, this will become minus mu dou square. As one dou is already there on differentiation, again we are going to differentiate, means dou square H by dou T square. So this is fourth equation. So you can consider this as the fourth equation because in this equation number 1, we are having both sigma del cross E and epsilon del cross dou E by dou T. So this we can directly get it from our Maxwell's second equation, that is Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law. So for this we are going to take the differentiated equation. So now we are having this. This third equation and this as the fourth equation. So now what we are going to do, we are going to substitute this second equation, third equation and fourth equation in equation number 1. So substituting equation number 2, 3 and 4 in equation number 1, the equation number 1 will become like this. Equation number 1. So instead of this del cross H, we are going to substitute it with this one, equation number 2, minus del square H. And instead of del cross E, we are going to substitute it with equation number 3, and this last one, this term will be substituted with equation number 4. So this equation number 1 will become like this: minus del square H equals to minus sigma mu dou H by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou T square. So this minus sign, this will cancel out and it will become positive like this. Del square H equals to sigma mu dou H by dou T plus mu epsilon dou square H by dou T square. So here also we are going to do what? We are going to take this, we are going to move this right hand side terms to the left hand side, so that the right hand side will become 0, and after that this will become like this: del square H minus sigma del square H minus sigma mu dou H by dou T minus mu epsilon dou square H by dou T square equals to 0. So now this is the wave equation in terms of magnetic field. So all the terms are in magnetic field component. So this is what the wave equation. So all the parameters, magnetic field density is there, conductivity is there, permeability is there, permittivity is also there. So as electromagnetic wave equation is having both electric field as well as magnetic field parameters, these all parameters are related with each other as electromagnetic wave equation. So next thing, the same wave equation is for the free space condition. So this is for the conducting medium. This wave equation for the conducting medium. If it is for the free space condition, so what will happen? So wave equation for free space. In free space condition, as we all know, free space means there is no charge available in it. There is no conductivity. There is no charge density. Then the wave equation will become sigma equals to 0, which means here this wave equation. So the second term will become 0 because this sigma will equals to 0 for free space. Free space means there is no charge. There is no charge means no conductivity. No conductivity means sigma equals to 0. So this term will become 0. So the wave equation in free space conditions are given as del square E minus mu epsilon naught dou square E by dou t square equals 0. Likewise, del square H minus mu epsilon naught dou square H by dou t square equals to 0. And then one more simplification is there. What is that? Free space means its permeability and permittivity both are 1. So the relative permeability and relative permittivity for the free space condition is equal to 1. So this term, as we all know, this term will del square H minus as we all know that del square H minus mu naught epsilon naught del dou square H by dou t square equals to 0. Instead of mu epsilon, we are going to write mu naught epsilon naught. So likewise, we are also going to write this del square E minus mu naught epsilon naught dou square E by dou t square, because they are given like this. They are given like this. See here, del square H minus mu epsilon naught dou square H by dou t square equals to 0. So here this mu is nothing but mu naught mu r, and this epsilon naught, it is nothing but epsilon naught r. So as we all know, this epsilon naught r and this mu naught r, these both are 1. These both are 1. So we can write the term as this. So we can write the term as mu naught epsilon naught. Then in the next, then this is the next simplified version. So we can represent the same equation in terms of velocity of light. So how? Velocity of light is nothing but small v naught. Small v naught. This can also be represented with c, velocity of light. So velocity of light is nothing but 1 by on the root mu naught epsilon naught. Okay. So here, this term, this can be, we can square on both sides. This term will become like this: 1 by mu naught epsilon naught equals to v naught square. So it will become like this. So we have to find the value of this. So what we are going to do, we are going to interchange it. Then it will become like this, equals to 1 by v naught square equals to mu naught epsilon naught. So therefore mu naught epsilon naught will become like this: 1 by v naught square. So we have to take this value in this. So instead of this, we can write this. So finally we'll get del square E minus 1 by v naught square dou square E by dou t square equals to 0. Likewise, del square H minus 1 by v naught square dou square H by dou t square equals to 0. So this is the wave equation in free space condition.